Alright, looks like we are live. Welcome back. Hello. Welcome back to the Space Engineers streams on the Tortalic channel. Glad to have you guys here. If you're new here, there is an entire playlist of these, so if you want to go chronological order, you can do that. Or if you just want to go ahead and start the series where we currently are, that is fine too. But we are just going to jump right on in here because it takes a little while to boot up. Now currently, we are trying to, finish off this tower, namely the top of it. And then interior decoration is going to be a thing. But I want to focus on the top of the tower and maybe focus on a way to dock our third ship. Because currently we have 2 ports. We need another one for the baby bird. Which I'm probably going to give a redesign to at some point. I like the baby bird, but I feel like it was a learning experience. It was a UFO ship that I converted to actually have wings on it so that it didn't look 100% functional like my miner does. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot I could do with the baby bird, and its appearance doesn't exactly match up to the standard I'm starting to set for myself. I don't know. But I feel like standards is just what gets in the way of fun too. So we'll see. I'll probably keep the baby bird around as long as it's particularly useful. Because I still need to move materials around a lot. So that is a thing. We'll have to see. I'm going to go into the turrets too and make sure they're optimized as far as like their ranges and what they're going to be shooting at. Because I think first thing first, it could be considered smart to, have all your guns target their thrusters or their power systems to knock them offline. I don't know. I like attacking their weapons first so they can't fire back at me. I like to reduce the amount of damage I take as much as possible. Did that work out for me very well at the Expedition base pod? Not extremely, but 7 fighters later I eventually took it down and got my first uranium. It's all things to consider. But here we are. Got the Flying Saint Elise. We've got the Overminer Mark II. I'm tempted to go ahead and call this the Saint Elise Mark II because it's got such a heavy redesign. It's still the same vessel, but I've redesigned it so much. Mode of transportation, the design of the back, the turbines on the front. It's like a whole different ship. It does the same things, but the way it gets around and the way it looks has been dramatically changed. We're still doing some interior decorating. Inside's gonna be a mess for a little bit because I really want to focus on the exterior first. But how are we doing? Let's not fall. The game's a little laggy right now. Like, do we have the proficient hand drill? We do, okay. So these are things that we do not want. Apparently I died recently. And then hydrogen, because we need to restock. Cool. Where's the better welder? Wait. We had a better... No, we had a better grinder. Okay. Never mind. So we got grids, we got plates. Now I want to go ahead and look at the artillery turrets. Their aiming radius. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. We want to report if the weapon has a target. We don't want to target the neutrals. If they start attacking us, they'll automatically become hostiles. So we'll fire on them upon that. I don't want to just shoot at anything. Unowned, nah. We don't need to shoot those. Focus fire. Yeah. We want to take out one at a time. Specific subsystem. Offensive subsystems. Repel small threats. I think that is more of a Gatling turret thing. Or more of an assault cannon thing. If we ever do add any of those to the base. I'm not sure if I want the Gatlings to focus more on missiles, incoming missiles, because they're not very good at that, but they're a lot better than a lot of weapons. The interior turret's the best, but I have to manually load it, and that's something that I don't necessarily want to do. Trying to make everything as autonomous as possible. But it looks like the artillery turrets are now set up. I guess it doesn't have a targeting range. So how far out does it shoot? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. If I see any issues with it, I can always go back to it. But we have 1,000 of these rounds, so we can burn some if we accidentally set a wrong setting. We want these 4 Gatlings. We want them. See, that's the aiming radius there. I feel like I guess the Gatlings should engage at 1,000. I don't know. Meteors, grids, subsystems, repel, offensive subsystems. I don't know. I don't know what I'm tempted to do here. Probably leave it at 1,000 and see what happens. It's much further away than I usually like to set my Gatling turrets, but if it helps repel a threat that's kind of just trying to snipe us. Because honestly, I don't know the encounter mods very well. I have a couple of them loaded in. No. Okay. Should be good. I think another thing you can probably do is burst shot count. I think there's a certain amount of rounds that a Gatling turret shoots before it has to reload. So you could tell it to, if it's gonna shoot, you can tell it to unload its entire magazine so that next time it fires, it has a fresh magazine. I think that's cool. I just don't know how many shots are in its magazine. Wait, 25, right? The crates are 25. How many crates? I think it loads up one crate at a time. We set the burst count to 25. I don't know. We don't need to min-max the turret that much. It just needs to be good at taking things down if they get too close. Okay. So there's a couple things we can do here. Number one, we shall create this dock for better or for worse. I'm messing with my design a little bit here, but get a new junction in here. And I don't know. We can put the sorter out here. No, if there's gonna be a sorter. Yeah, let's think about this, right? The baby bird can go back on its perch. The Saint Elise can come up here. If the Saint Elise comes up here, I don't know whether I want it to sort in or sort out. I'm just gonna conveyor it. I could change it later. For now, we're just gonna link it up. I like using the sorters, but I don't know exactly what I want to do with the sorters sometimes. And from the edge of the spoiler, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish blocks until the connector. So this is 1 block worth of room. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we'll do 8. And we'll try to armor this somehow. And I'll try to find a connector. There we are. Cool. So the Saint Elise will come up here once this is all built up. Oh no. I'm gonna make the dock longer. Yeah, I'm gonna make the dock longer. Protect this up a little bit more. That's something I can always change at a little bit of a later date. I don't know. We'll park the Saint Elise up here, and then I'll see if there's like a way I can ramp up to the Saint Elise. And then I definitely want to armor that connector a little bit more. I don't know. That's a lot to consider. But while we've been just kind of fiddling around with stuff, this stuff has been building for us, which is good and bad. Good because, hey, gigantic railgun. Bad because I've been thinking about this railgun and I want it to work a drastically different way than it's currently working. It's gonna need a redesign. I kind of like the idea I was going for, but I think my execution was off.
Inventory full.
Oh no. So it begins. That was the one that hardly had any materials in it. And my computer's running like a potato. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. As soon as I get the superconductors, because they're really fast to grab, they are just space users. And I still need to hook up one of my artillery turrets. No, don't you dare. The nanites are fighting me. Wait a second. I thought, yeah, I knew I left one of these sides open. I'm just going crazy. That's what this episode is. Me going crazy. Perfect. Okay, so that's the main thing. I need to keep whittling down this gun because it's gonna get a full redesign. The top of the tower is still good. I think I still want the side pieces. The horns of the tower, if you will. But I did not want the Gatling gun to look like this. Looks like a box. Number one, I want to show off the actual block a little bit more, while keeping the ideas I've had before. So we're gonna approach this differently, to say the least. But I've got another plan. Not sure what's what, but honestly, most of it needs to go here in the middle. Ah, see, this is the hinge. And that was where the camera used to be. Cool. We've got this hinge. I don't think I want it that high either. Yeah. I'm looking back at my ideas and I'm reevaluating a lot of it. So we want this connector to go back almost. Because I want a turret that's like set back so that the railguns can comfortably point forward. And then of course we want heavy armor. But I think I'm going to mostly try to use I don't know. I really have to play around with these designs. How I use these blocks. I don't know. That was light armor anyways, wasn't it? I need to set these different blocks apart. This is not gonna work out very well. I keep using light armor. And got this like turret base going on. Just for extra support, I'm gonna make this connector, junction rather. That way it's actually connected to the bottom and sides here. Because I feel like this is like a major stability point. And then I did have an idea. I'm not sure how it's gonna fit in this space. Probably it should. It should fit. It's not a connector on the bottom though. I was kind of expecting there to be one. This works. There's connectors on the sides and back, so we can use the one on the back. I just need to get the tubes to the right place. We'll use this as our turning back points. This design might be a little flimsy, but it's hopefully gonna look pretty cool at the end. I guess I want the hinge here. So it makes sense to me. Where's the hinge? See, I heard a tip to put the hinge dashes forward, but in the picture they look like they're pointed to the back. So now I don't know what I want to do with that. Alright, so these are like the internals of the turret. Obviously, the armoring is going to be subject to change. There's no connector on the bottom. That's right. I was trying to get it to connect a little differently here. Is it on the top? That's one thing about this block. I can't see that connector. Wish I could. Yeah, no. I do want this hinge built. That's one of my main priorities here, which is kind of why I'm killing some time. This hinge is going to be an important part. Making everything run smoothly. Speaking of important parts to make everything run smoothly, I need to connect this up. And I'm pretty sure this is already programmed. Sorter left, drain all for artillery shells. Got it. No. Okay, we're taking a couple steps backward here. Okay, completely fine. Once the nanites get to that, our last turret will be hooked up and operational. So it'll get ammo automatically. I just need to work on this turret. Huh. Oh, did I still have... I still had railguns in my build planner. Whoops. So why did that fill? We're getting there. Some construction components. Some other things here and there. I think as far as the tubes, I need large steel tubes. That's not large steel tubes. Maybe some computers. That's a good amount of carrying capacity. I like it. And we're just gonna steal all of those resources. Something that I am noticing is we don't quite have enough superconductors for the design I'm imagining. But it'll be fine. We'll figure that out. I need a data pad. I need a control panel. Something. Or we can just pop down here into our control seat. Because we can see the top of the tower from here. You can just look at that hinge. Jeez, velocity, okay. Which way is it tilting? It's tilting back. I think that's an issue. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's fine. Is it? Positive going up is probably good. I don't think you can go wrong with positive going up. But I need that hinge. Needs to go negative. It's coming on back. And I will attach the turret. Which I think the port's there. Gonna have to double check that though. So that's phase 1 of the railgun. Wait, if I add the things that I need to build planar. There we go. I'm learning things. Actually getting slightly better at this space engineers thing. Okay. So like before, I just want to get everything operational and then we'll make it look nice. Construction components, power cells is probably the thing that I was taking. And I am gonna want the material. What do I not need out of here? Just a bunch of steel plates, a bunch of girders or grids. Grids. Not quite enough construction components for what we are trying to do. So I can't take from what's in the nanite control facility. which is both disappointing and makes sense. And we have a functional railgun. It's not 100% built yet, but it's functional. Cool. I'm gonna put all the other stuff back. So nice. Did I wire up the connector? I did. That is also amazing. Alright. Advanced rotor elevation is going to be this hinge. There's no camera at the moment. And I guess I don't know. I'm gonna do the same trick again. Well, let's build it 100% first. We need steel plate. Let's make sure the block is 100%. And then I really want to just test. But in order to do that, we've got to get this thing out of here because it's got way too many drills. Ooh. I accidentally misaligned it a little bit. That is fine. And it's just the nanite control facility. So that is an issue. It's not registering the fact that the large grid Gatling turret is there. Okay. Interesting. So that's an issue. Connect this back up really quick so we're not burning a bunch of power we don't need to. There's another block here too. Custom turret. I thought there was another block related to the turrets. NPC turret control block. One weapon or tool. See, that's the issue. I don't know why, but when I go to weapons, oh, the railgun's in the weapon list now. It wasn't before. Okay. So the railgun's in the weapon list now. Why doesn't it show up in the turret control block? Confuses me. Oh. But it just seems glitchy in general. Probably still working on it. Targeting info, that's probably useful. Okay. Setting up actions. Interesting. Like I could let it shoot the railgun from here, probably. But I don't know if it would like understand. Yeah, it must have a linked weapon tool or camera. Which is cool because you can probably do grinders and stuff like that. I think that's pretty nice. There we go. Get the cameras in here. So I feel like we're close to having something we can aim. But the big Gatling turret. This is the main. This is the main. No locked target makes sense. Vending machine GUI. Yeah, we'll have it do a little clock thing, I guess. Oh, that's awkward for there, though. We'll have it track our energy. We'll have a clock. Down here. And then keep clicking the wrong one. Artificial horizon just because it looks cool. Timer, artificial horizon. Yeah, I like how this looks. It's kind of hard to interact with sometimes. It's not like very clear what you're supposed to look at. So many different hitboxes you could choose from. But it's also good in a sense. You want the camera. So that's the aiming reference. This is the wrong camera. Okay. Interesting. See, this is the trick about everything. Camera incomplete. Camera turrets. You really have to just go through and keep all your blocks straight. Camera turrets. Camera turret. See, I would have had the wrong one again. And I can't see out of that turret. It doesn't help me too much. Did I rotate the tower any accidentally? Probably not, because I think I have hinge lock on. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna turn hinge lock off so it can do its thing if it's gonna do a thing. Not hinge, the rotor. Share inertia tensor is probably good. Rotor lock, no. You don't need it. Good. I don't know why that's red though. Hinge. Share inertia tensor. Perfect. Limits are set. I want camera. And that is what I want. Why? Oh my gosh. Cannot withdraw a steel plate. That's fine, because that's what we already have inside of it. Oh, wrong block. Need a little bit more steel plate. Okay. Now I can probably give this thing a slightly better test. Whole thing is a mess. Huh. So the turret's not doing anything when I'm trying to aim it. Camera 2 uses aiming reference, yes. Hinge isn't on hinge lock, is it? No. What if we add a 0? It's a little too much. Okay. But now if I try to control. I can't aim it. Okay. It had some tips though. What was that? Control. Via reset. Oh, it's just camera stuff. I want to control that turret. Maybe because it wasn't the main cockpit, maybe it couldn't. Custom turret controller. Control. Camera turret tower. See, it looks good. I just have no idea how it works. I feel like it's moving slightly. So I feel like I have an issue on my part, which would definitely be custom turret controller. This needs to be 10. And this needs to be 10. I feel like it was moving, but only slightly. Okay, well the aiming is inverted on the hinge. The hinge speed is good. So confusing. Custom turret controller. The azimuth velocity multiplier can probably stand to be 100. Never mind, it should stand to be 30. That's probably not right, actually. It should probably be 10. And the rotor should have more force. Torque. Let's add 2 zeros. Okay. I'm thinking, how do we want to do this? Let's get the custom turret controller. I want control. All right. Gotta hit F twice to get out. Always. It's definitely a learning curve. Like most things in space engineers, it's definitely a learning curve. But I feel like once we get proper like knowledge and application, it's gonna be so good. I have ideas for how I want the turret to look too, but right now I'm really just trying to get everything to work. So, as far as the hinge, I'm gonna say reverse. It's attached to -80 right now. That's weird. Okay, it's still reversed on me. So we want the custom turret controller. Can I flip the hinge around? Can I change? No. I cannot. So there is a correct way to set your hinge. And it is not this way. The little slash is supposed to be at the back, not the front. Because I made that mistake, we're going back to the drawing board. Because I have a few things I need to rebuild. That's fine. That's fine. Just drop it on the floor. Drop it on the floor. Not there on the floor, though. Oh, man. I feel like I have to build it. Oh, gosh. Let's just let that fall. But I just took the... Oh, I didn't take the thing that I needed. Because it's on the ground. Because I have too much in my inventory. Interior plate. Okay. Don't worry, we're gonna figure it out. Okay, we want the hinge with the dashes facing to the back. As that reverses the direction. And everything's gonna be much happier with this. Motors, steel tubes, construction components. Construction components.
Inventory
There's large steel tube, definitely a thing. Oop.
Inventory full.
Ouch.
Inventory full.
I just want to build everything back up. The nanites picked it up for me. Just both a blessing and a curse. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that's fine actually. It worked. Six. Get a block. Get a camera on it. Not by any means a final design. Just something to test. Alright. Essential things is camera. And a lot of railgun things. That I do not have the components for. Alright. We're gonna try this again. Custom turret controller is gonna have weapons. Wait, is it set up with the hinge and stuff still? No. Camera. whatever the newest camera is. Which I think I just built. View it? Wrong one. Why? Okay, it's the green one. The green camera. Camera, turrets, custom control, elevations, hinge, assign cameras, camera turret. Cool. So if I leave that, go over here and control this. I can't pick it up because the hinge is set on low power or isn't built at all. So that's where we're at. Construction components, steel tube. Construction, steel tube right here. Way overkill on it, but it's fine. At least we have a functioning rotor. And we got a little bit more of our Gatling turret. Or not. I keep calling it a Gatling turret, but it's the opposite of a Gatling turret. Oh man. Alright, well, this thing definitely aims pretty quickly. It's got something blocking it from aiming down. That's probably because I placed the camera wrong. Because it was facing the other way. Cool. And camera. Which now we have to reset up. But on the right side, the nanites are getting all the time they need to build all those other projects we've been giving them. Right, I need to reset up custom turret controller, needs the camera. Which camera is it? Oh no. It should be this one. Yeah, we're good on that. We know that's the case. Camera, turret, custom, camera turret. And I can control, and we can now aim at the horizon. And it spins better now. Doesn't spin very well for me, but it spins better. So we know that that is working somewhat. The major thing is this railgun. We want it to fire when it's aimed at an enemy. And our custom turret control is supposed to do that, but it won't acknowledge that it's a weapon. So we don't know if there's some sort of workaround I can do for this. There probably, of course, is some sort of workaround. Or maybe a patch coming soon. Or maybe the big large grid railguns were never meant for this. Does it say it? Is that just something I glossed over? High range. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about not being compatible with the custom turret controller. Rotor and hinge based turrets. And I totally get that. But like, why no work? AI is on. We don't want to use the nanites as a weapon. Probably. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense, but we're gonna keep on going. Where is it? I need more components for that railgun. So let's make sure there's nothing on the build menu. And let's grab what we need. Computers and steel plates is apparently still the name of the game. So it's really close to being functional. Just gotta have those 2 computers. We can do that, right? 2 computers. Just 2. So you're hogging them all in here somewhere. Where are they? Yeah, the nanite control facility has the computers. And apparently I'm blind. Yeah, I'm blind. They're right there. So the computers is all we needed. We just needed 2 of them, but I grabbed 103. Because why not? And now we have a railgun again. One that is actually oriented to left, right, up, down. I am going to set the hinge. Currently it's 90. So if I go up, it should only go to 90. And that's it. So we can hit the target straight overhead. I guess I could do custom turret controller. There's setup actions, isn't there? Yeah. Don't target meteors, don't target missiles. Don't target small ships. Don't target characters. At stations, neutral, target friends, yes. Yeah. Target locking. Huh. I don't know. Camera turret uses aiming reference. And if it's like locked on, I don't know. I'm sure there's some sort of script or timing thing I could do, but it also might be functional the way that it is. Except it doesn't have ammo yet. I don't know. I'm tempted to leave the railgun in this sort of state until I can truly figure out how to set it up and if it works. Because I don't want to build this elaborate railgun. Like, I'd love to go ahead and build that elaborate railgun, but I don't want to do it if it's not going to work. And I feel like I need to test. But our beacons have not drawn anything to us yet. Which could probably change. If I go... No, factions. Parallax. I can't declare war because I'm not the founder. I feel like if I do this, then I can declare... Oh, I can propose peace. Certain people. Closest people I'm gonna have peace with is space pirates. Crazy. Okay. Interesting. I don't know what I'm doing then. Because I'm at war with everybody. So why have they not attacked? If I mess with this, the Ember defense station, will they and can they send drones after me? I want to try. First things first is I'm gonna get this onto its connector. Because why not? Get the thrusters back on, we'll unlock. Okay, we do have enough thrusts, which is amazing. Oh, I'm tilting a lot. No, wait, what is happening? Oh, my left and right's inverted. Okay. Keep forgetting because I'm looking backward. Docking the overminer is the complete opposite of this, which makes this so confusing. I'm just trying to look at this and comprehend it, but my controls are just inverted. Okay, we're almost there. Just need to aggressively slide that onto the connector. A little too far back, probably. That looks perfect. What's going on? It's too far. There we go. And we still had like 60% hydrogen left. And we have an extra little floating gun platform. This isn't lined up the best, but it works. Once we create some sort of ramp, it'll work. Oh my. I don't even know anymore. Get some of that hydrogen back. Let's think. Do we bug it with an expendable fighter? I don't think so. I want to actually demolish it. Oh, I accidentally gave the stream the same name as the last stream. Alright, see you then. You are good if you can't make it to a stream. Don't worry. But yeah, I have a new ship design that I want to use. And where I want to set up the projector, I'm not sure. Do you have an idea? Ouch. Right, so the gun's up there. I could... And I feel like there's no easy way to connect anything over there. Over here we'd have a connector. It's in here somewhere. I think it's right here. Yep. But I don't think I put any external... way to connect. So that's going to be the tricky part of this design here. And you'll see what I mean later once I actually put it up. I'm going to build the horizon, which is not to say it's a reference to any other ship, but that I've already been building in creative mode, and I gave it a name. So I'm gonna put the projector up here. And we're just gonna print off a ship, basically. And I'm gonna need a data pad or some sort of control panel. Yeah, where is it? The little tiny thing. Here it is. I hope that's not upside down. Doesn't matter too much, but I hope it's not. Awkward that it uses 11 steel plate as its first component. Oh well. Well, that's building up. I'm gonna take a few things off of here, bring them over. This is one of those projects that I'm just gonna be doing in my spare time, I suppose. Just take a layer or two down. Ouch. Oh, it's gonna build the things over here because the baby bird's over here and it has a construction beacon and it's connected to the base. Why? Why? Hide empty. That connector, that's a problem. We want all of the things. And that's one way to start deconstructing the base. Lost a little bit of armor, it looks like, unfortunately. Do you like how maneuverable the baby bird is, though? Its UFO design lends some prospects in that area, at least. It's also got way too much downward thrust for its own good. Just launched upward. Alright, connect. Perfect. Everything is coming along. It's crazy, but it's coming along. So that projection. is gonna kind of be overshadowed by the baby bird a little bit. Gotta rotate it. Gives it more space, but not a ton of space. Okay. I might need to extend this out further. So, 11. Why not? Okay, we do have our data pad. Large steel tube 2. Where? Where can we get it from? That's way down the list. Which I should just be looking in inventories for it, but I'm getting used to the salvaging lifestyle. Cool. I got that. And it's already built. I do need a couple of things to happen here, though. Number one, I've got to make sure that, let's see, inventory, no, we want the nanites to turn off. Then we want projector. It's right here. We're gonna want that one to use my blueprint for the horizon. There it is. That's vertical apparently, that's horizontal. So forward's right. And for reference, this is the horizon. It's upside down. This is the horizon. Got an atmospheric thruster, it's got a couple of hydrogen thrusters. Could probably go into space quite easily. So I'm hoping at least. But we're gonna use it to pester the enemies over there first to see if they'll attack us. That's the top of the ship. That's the bottom, which is good. And we want it to turn around. That looks like it's probably the underside. Bring it toward us. No, this is the wrong side. Need to flip it over. Not that way. This way. Yeah, I think this is right. It's in the ice currently, which is not the best. What I'm gonna do probably... I need to adjust where this points to. 2, 3, 4, 5. I need it to be higher. Out of materials. Wherever would I get those from? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So curve it back. Send it out a little bit. One, 2, 4, and 5. Wait, let's look at this. It's gonna be, say, probably about 5 up and 3 closer. Then we'll adjust from there. Alright, perfect. We're going straight to the connector. Yeah, we want to build this just like that. So control panel, projector, show only the buildable parts. And then we're gonna have our amazing nanites take care of the rest. As if there wasn't already enough to build. There's never enough. More projects. Alright, so the nanites thoroughly have their hands full. I am going to go ahead and take the rest of this tower down at least. It's a lot of good steel plate. Saves us from using our 5 million iron. Yeah, I feel like I need to deal with this lag. There's just no way that I can let this continue. Timber! No, you're a floating station. Not realize this? Oh no. They're just floating turbines? Oh my goodness. Well, that is some of the most ridiculous physics I've ever seen. I guess I have the floating station setting on. It's gonna be useful when I go to space, though. But this one knows what's up. The other ones are just... Oh, it was mostly ground down. That's why. Like some of this I hit with a bird, so might be damaged. Might get some scrap. I don't know. All right. Well, there's that. Another piece of the puzzle finished. And the horizon has begun. It's outfitted with a couple railguns, and it's got 3 Gatlings, I think. So what I'm planning to do is fly this thing over, pester it a little bit, shoot off its missile turrets probably with the railguns, which will be a very nice test of their capability. And I'm gonna need to rebuff his armor out. That's gonna need steel plate here and there. So is everything. Speaking of which, I do want to check the supplies. make sure that everything's not going absolutely insane right now. Steel plate, got some iron. We're just making steel plate. That's all we're making. Still got 500,000 iron there. We got 4 million iron there. So we're good on iron. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We do want the artillery shells. Did we ran out of the cobalts. So we won't be able to build up all of those heavy armor blocks up there. Probably another good thing, another good reason not to finish the turret today. In ST2, you can actually work on large railgun sabots. It's actually probably going to take the rest of our uranium. Just fixing the wing. Oh man. Well, let's get this fixed up. My version of fixing things. I do imagine it went like this. And then everything kind of curved into it. Like so. Except that's the wrong color, and I'm going to need to give this thing a paint job. Yeah, how did I deal with the underside there? Just made it chunked. Okay. Not my favorite design choice ever, but I can go with it. Put most of the steel plate back. And this thing's coming along. Ouch. So yeah, the nanites definitely have their work cut out for them. I think this project's a little bit too taxing on our cobalt right now. And I want this railgun to prove itself as is. It's very weak and exposed, but if it can prove itself to work, then I'm going to triple its firepower, give it all the armor that it needs. I have an idea for how I want this thing to look. I just don't want to execute it and then be just completely disappointed because, oh hey, that doesn't work. You know? I have no power. I'll just sit in a chair. Yeah, we need cobalt. That's the big thing here. So I need to go on a mining run. Because the base needs cobalt, the ship needs cobalt. We're fresh out of it. So let's go ahead and take a journey. Alright, looks like it's the far one. I think there was gold down there too. It's going to be very useful for, well, everything. Oh wait, what? I turned the thrusters off. Why did I do that? I meant to turn the drills. It's a promising start. I'm hitting every wrong button. A very promising start. Just get the overminer to chunk through the ground as far as I can get it. The hole was on the outside, wasn't it? It's right here. That's where we want to focus our drilling. Ice isn't bad because we need the hydrogen. Cobalt is going to be our friend. And that gold down there is going to be our friend too. I think it's about time for us to stop drilling already. Because we have too many resources. This is crazy. Just how much this thing digs up and just how little depth it gets. It's absolutely crazy. That's close. Alright, we're just gonna dock up here. There's another one of the railguns, which is gonna need gold. Alright, so that is set. I really don't think we need power here, so I'm gonna turn the hydrogen engines off. I just want hydrogen to stockpile. Doesn't look too bad. It's like a battle scar. This thing is gonna take a little bit. Focusing too much on the tower. Honestly, I might be able to do something there. It's gonna take a while though. How many grids do we have in stock? I know we made all of our grids, but we used all of our grids. Okay. That's a bigger issue. Yeah, we need the cobalt. That's not really two different ways about it. This ship and some random cargo. Okay, it's empty. We are out of here. Because this will be my cobalt hauler. It really does travel out here a lot faster. Even though it's the same design, it's much different weight. Seems sort of like just overabundance of large thrusters. Oh, wait, we were that close to the ground. Whoops. Still have hours of power. Got that connector. So I just... Oh, I found the hole. Just fell right into it. And it's handmade. Heavy armor is not going to build itself. I really do need to find another cobalt deposit. And then just set an auto drill.
Inventory.
Because we are going to need cobalt. Always. I want to completely excavate this site using the overminer over time. This has got a lot of nice stuff down there. It's got the gold. It's pretty deep, actually. Just a bunch of cobalt. So yeah. A couple of reasons to come down here for overminer.
Inventory full.
It's like a fun slide. It's just awkward enough to where I just keep bouncing around and don't take actual full damage. Definitely gonna need to rename the stream now. Topping the tower just does not fit. We retopped it. We did. But we didn't do anything as far as like finishing the tower. This is episode 2 called Topping the Tower, and it's not exactly topped yet. I accidentally used the last stream's title. It'll probably be called Building the Horizon, or New Horizons. Probably New Horizons. Sounds a lot better. If I go back now, I probably have like 50,000 cobalt. So that's good enough for me. Refine's slow too, so I don't want it to completely stop up my refineries forever. How much we got? Yeah, just about 50,000. It's got some scrap metal on it too, apparently. awkward. Alright, there we go. See the way down much easier from here. Looks like the nanites are more aggressively building at the horizon. Probably because of that grid shortage, it's working on things that it can actually finish. Actually, it's looking really good up there. It's almost done. I underestimate the nanites a lot. They are just going to town. And that means we will definitely have at least one railgun operational. I'm not sure about how many superconductors we'll be able to have for the other one. I think we're just short of having enough for 3 railguns and enough to have nanites. So gold mining is in the future. Probably just snag some from that cobalt mine. But yeah. Everything's coming along. Got the St. Elise's little dock. It needs to be refined, as does pretty much everything here. Needs refinement. But it's pretty cool. Also, these connectors. I'll help you build them. You've got the materials. Construction components, and then all those sabots can go straight to the railgun. Come on. Just gotta give the sabots. Alright. Well, we're not gonna have that for just a little bit. The nanites can take care of it when they're ready. How many of those sabots do we have? 100 there. Which is all of the sabots that I queued up. And we had just a little bit of uranium to spare. Nice. The sabots actually don't take up much space at all. Your artillery shells take up a lot more space. So I guess that's one of the trade-offs between the 2 weapons. Artillery shells are a little bit harder to store, whereas the railgun sabots are easier. And the railgun has a lot more like line type damage, whereas the artillery is a little bit more area of effect. So it's good to have both, probably. Really need to give this thing a paint job at least. And inventories are empty, apparently. H2O2 generators have stuff. Everything else has been pulled out to the base. So So we should have some good hydrogen coming in. 41% of all the tanks are filled, and we have a lot of tanks. Not sure why I went in this way. Yeah, they're fairly charged. It's very nice. Trying to figure out how I could make these spaces look better too. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I'm trying to improve. How's that ship coming on? We got the railgun. That's nice. Want the magnesium. Guess I want the stone. It's kind of disappointing to me that there's no ores deep in the earth. They're all up there. I'm definitely gonna have to figure out that conveyor as far as it's just so flimsy just sitting out there. Something snipes this thing at least falls flat on its face. And that does not sit right with me. Concerned. Very, very concerned. So we have this railgun. It's on the grid. And you know what would be hysterical is if this picked up that railgun and not the one it's supposed to. That would be just the funniest thing. This is the railgun we want. Railgun turrets. And the custom controller can make it fire. So you definitely know that that exists. It's just you'd rather see a huge list of drills. No. And it can only target from an effective range of 800 meters. In other words, the turret on the top would be really cool as something for me to shoot. Oh wait, because I've set up actions, I can shoot it, can't I? I'm gonna need to set up another action. Do I? No, setting up actions is probably the buttons directly on the console. Is it? This... I'm just so confused by this block. I love how the cameras can zoom in this far too. The only thing is that the speed on the azimuth is still really slow. Just don't know how to get to shoot. Control. I mean, this is cool, but that's about it. I don't know. I'm probably going to have to use a different weapon. I don't know. It just isn't working. It could just work. When the enemy comes in, it could just shoot it. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's quite equipped for what I thought it was going to be equipped for. 'Cause I really like the idea of a railgun turret. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to find a workaround because this is a very essential part of the tower. Might make it a little bit higher. I kind of like it where it is though. So yeah, I'll be playing around with a lot of this. It's interesting at least. The way it's chosen to build. Oh man. Yeah. This is gonna be pretty nice. Not the best ship internally, but I think it looks really cool on the outside. I designed it for outside looks. And then I kind of just jammed some functionality inside of it. We'll see how she fares. We will see. At this point, I'm just kind of like stalling. Waiting for the nanites to get their jobs done. Ouch. No one to blame for that but myself. If I did put a deconstruction beacon down. Ouch. Get these assemblers out of here. Still holds things. Just not a lot of things. Really just want those towers. Oh my goodness. How about this? If I get some sort of a landing gear. I'll let the St. Elise build its foot. And then, yeah. We'll see. Interested to see how that might work. I'm not gonna be able to get a power cell. Radio communication, small steel tube. No small steel tubes in here. Radio communication component and a power cell. Okay. One of these and one of these. Perfect. And it's functional. And you get the baby bird, clean out the inventories. Do I still have a bunch of... I do, but it's not full, so... Perfect. I'm good at docking most of my ships. Just not all of them. Perfect. Okay. Inventories are empty. It is all ours. Alright, so the baby bird can just sit here as a little storage. Horizon's getting built. There's a deconstruction beacon over there. Don't know if that is going to do anything for anything, but we'll see. And everything's getting built. Just a little bit slower than expected. Which is fine by me. Just as long as the end result is amazing. So yeah, there's a lot we're gonna play around with here. I might have to downgrade to small grid railgun. Don't know. I'll have to look up this issue. Some custom chart controller not finding a specific block. Because that's really the only thing standing in my way of being like, oh yeah, I'm ready to build the turret. It's just got no functionality. I'll set up the displays later. Is there a thing where the railgun's in here, but it's hiding from me? I don't know, it doesn't make any sense to me. I am gonna look into it. But it doesn't make sense. Huh. I'm sure there's some way we can edit this. Because this has to be a thing. even if the game developers didn't want this to be a thing, gotta be a thing. It's gotta be some sort of script, something. Because I know scripts were able to do these things before the vanilla game added it in. But I don't know how well those scripts are working after all the vanilla game changes. So it's going to be a lot to look into. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them in the comment section. But yeah, I just hope we can get this thing working. The last setup I had where I gave it the toolbar command to shoot, maybe that's something that it would have been able to do. I don't know. Could set up some sort of script or timer block, like when the custom turret controller has lock and is pointing within the angle deviation, then set the railgun to fire. Something to that effect. I need to find some sort of workaround or figure out what I'm just doing wrong in general. So yeah, that's going to be next time. And also we can pester our enemies with this new scout ship. This is just the belly of it. In my opinion, the coolest looking part is the top wings. But yeah, this will be building passively. We've got the cobalt now. That should be refining. That'll help us build all the armor plates. Right? Not just the ship, but everywhere we've got cobalt. What about the refineries? What are they working on? Get that stone out of here. I want the cobalts. There we go. Yeah, we want to work on cobalt. I think that's all of our cobalts, too. Which I think the way that refineries pulled materials changed. I don't think it used to pull this much material, but I really appreciate what it's doing. Not gonna lie. That's pretty cool. But yeah, we've got some grids in production. The nanites are just going to be swamped. Yeah. The top of the tower is getting more and more built. We've got a new ship in production. We are continuing to take down the old base. And eventually I'm going to take down that outpost too, because this is the type of outpost we want. It's an outpost base. It's going to have a lot of good potential. But yeah, that is going to do it for this episode. If you want to, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Your subscription and hitting the bell icon once you're subscribed will let you get notifications of when I stream or when I upload. And the like button just boosts my endorphin levels. So, yeah. have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time.